Hey,
Facebook?
yeah, we're live now.
Oh, good.
Say hey. Hey, this is Lynn. Oh, hi, everybody. This is Linda West with Living Live. And today Michelle, I never asked you how to say your last name. I say Matich.
It is Matich, like a Matich. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I'm so
Perfect.
good. I got that right. I'm
You're
excited to be here
perfect.
with
Yes.
Michelle Matich. And you guys, we're going to be talking about something that I don't know anything about this at all, which is kind of cool because I'm going in totally 100% blind, ignorant, and you name it. And I'm excited to learn what this new 5D Earth. Now, Michelle's the first one I ever heard of it from, so I don't even know what it is. So I'm excited again to share with you guys what this is all about and like how it affects us or how it can affect us, how we can take advantage of it and all that stuff. So Michelle is, let me see, I have her bio here. So Michelle has a wide variety of supernatural spiritual gifts, which include, this isn't inclusive, but include things like the visual 5D. She's a clairvoyant. She's a medium, medical intuitive. She has spirit guides who tune her into future events and help her to access other spirit guides. And yeah, she has so much stuff. The new 5D Earth, astro travel, reincarnate, incarnate, third eye, remote viewer. I don't even know what half that stuff means, Michelle. So welcome to the show. I'm excited to have you here.
Thanks, Linda. You're the best. You're just the best.
Well, I want you to explain to us first, like what is 5D, and then how did you know that that's what it was? Like, how'd you discover this?
Sure. Well, about 3.5 years ago, I went into an awakening. And so everything that I've learned about the new 5D planet that we are ascending into is all from experiences from my spirit guides and from, I mean, obvious obvious things are playing out on the planet that help us all to connect with the 5D Earth. 5D Earth is about us awakening to our true power, awakening to the truth behind who we are as Earth. And we've been told many things about how our planet should be. And in 3D, we were shown a structure, and it was a lot of war and a lot of fighting and a lot of we don't have enough, so we have to fight for our resources. And the new 5D Earth is about understanding that we have abundance of everything, that as a consciousness as a whole, our entire planet uniting can actually bring us water. I mean, the amount of things that we have the power to do if we connect with each other as a whole, we literally can impact the planet greatly. 5D Earth is, Mother Earth has been on she spins and she's been on this shift. So she's going through a bipolar shift that is affecting all of us. A lot of people are waking up to who they truly are. Many of us are, we've been here many times. For myself, I've been here many times before, and it has allowed me to connect with the beauty behind the energy that we can connect with. For example, when I started seeing in 5D and I started seeing energy, so I actually see energy and sound frequencies and I can see people's auras, it's allowed me to understand the many dimensions of our planet and the many opportunities that we have to help heal each other.
Oh,
So a
let me
lot
ask
of
you
people will.
I want to ask you a question
Sure.
about that before you go on, because aura and stuff, I hear about that. And I myself don't see that. I don't think, maybe I do and I don't know it, right? So that could be something.
Right.
But do you ever see bad aura and you see good aura? Like what do you see?
Yeah, I do see. I mean, experiencing 5D Earth to the level that I have, I see everything, and I see the yin and the yang, the dark and the light, and the contrast of it all. And I really embrace all of that. I know that anyone who has darker auras are usually people who have unforgiveness and stuff from their past that they need to work through. So I see everyone as a healing, somebody to be healed if they're not shining a bright light or many colors. You have always had a very yellow and very white, or you're very pure, very positive. But you and most people, actually, this is the fun part about us, is you probably, if I taught you next time we're together, if I taught you kind of to stand back and see, you usually can see little auras around people's people's hands or energy. You wouldn't see it to the level that I see it. However, you would be able to at least see that little white light of energy around most people. But
Okay.
yeah, I do see darker spirits and darker energies. And I just, I've realized that in this time of work that I do, in many dimensions of work, I also help to have people reach forgiveness in other dimensions. So for example, I did a reading with a woman who lost her best friend to her husband killed her. They wanted a divorce. That's beside the point. So that when I connected with this female who passed away, my friend's friend, the husband came as well, and he was a very dark spirit. And I saw him with my third eye, and I saw him, and immediately my spirit guides let me know, you can he be forgiven? Can you help move him into the light? And I was like, wait, what? And so they explained to me that my purpose is to actually receive these darker energies and transition them into the light, because in order for Earth to be healed, we have to heal many dimensions of energies and beings that are supporting us in this awakening process. So then immediately I had Archangel Michael show up, and David. They said, David from the Bible. I don't make these things up. My spirit guides chime me in, and I can see them with my third eye. And all of a sudden, this darker spirit, this older man who killed his wife, he actually started turning into the light, and it was just the most beautiful thing. And so then it was just, yeah, that was the most amazing experience that I've received so far about transitioning darker energies into the light.
When something like that happens, so has that only happened once, the first that you had that experience?
Yeah,
Only once so far.
this just recently happened in the last like 2 months.
Okay.
And before this, it seems like my guides kind of give me what I can receive at the time. So it's been almost, I've had gifts. My mom said I've been very gifted with different things my whole life, but I've really chimed in several years ago, but they only give me what I can receive. So when I first chimed in, they're like, oh, by the way, you're responsible for moving darker spirits into the light. I would be so lost. So they waited several years to let me know that that was part of my duties.
Wow, that's really cool. And that's like just like anything, right? When the student is ready, the teacher will appear. And the reality is that
Yes.
the teacher is always there, but the student's not ready to receive it yet. And so it's the same thing with you. It's just in a different something different than we're used to, talking about the 5D Earth. So is it the 5D? Oh, hey, say hi to Happy Ron and to Keith.
Hi.
Good to see you guys. Yeah, Keith, go and share this out.
Keith.
Yeah, because this is very interesting topic. And question though, Michelle, has the 5D Earth been here forever and we're just now tapping into it? Or you're just now tapping into it? Or is it, because you did call it the new 5D Earth. So is it, my question.
Yeah, is it new to us? We weren't ready for it before. So because of our wars and our consciousness not being to the level that we have it now. I mean, science is proving, like before, back in the day, you ask the scientists if you believe in God, they would say no way. Nowadays, you ask scientists, do you believe in God? They say, I'm a scientist. Of course I do. So there's a lot of things that we've tapped in with technology and all of the advancements of our species that, yes, we're finally ready. So Mother Earth is actually, when I went through my awakening and I saw the energy from the planets and these different, I mean, you'll hear the story more of my awakening. We're writing a book and doing different stuff with that. But for now, when I saw the energy coming down from the different planets and from the stars, literally we can reach out to our universe to help us with energy, and energy is what helps cure our medical issues and all of these different things. So we weren't quite ready for 5D Earth before. Mother Earth had to get abused. Basically, this is how I say it. We had to abuse Mother Earth. We had to take all the oil. We had to get all the resources, and we had to do all of these things to allow us to understand and come to the consciousness that we can now learn to fill a car with water. They're learning all these new techniques by just we wouldn't have been able to reach this level of consciousness without going down that other path. And so I'm just so excited because this new 5D Earth is where we all come. Every issue on the planet isn't something to point at and talk crap about. It's about, like, how can we help this? What can we do? And so you see all of these beings coming together and wanting to impact the planet. And my spirit guide said, don't try to change the planet, try to embrace the planet. It's not our responsibility to change it. This is God's bigger plan.
Oh, I love that. And, Keith asked, how is it possible to remove a dark stigma that often follows me around? So I have a question. Keith, if you would like to join us live, Michelle is open to having people come on and join us live. If you are open to doing that, I just posted a link, in the comments there. Click that link. And if you can't click it, go ahead and copy it and paste it to a different browser and come join us. Now, if you do that, Keith, you have to turn off your Facebook volume. Otherwise, we'll get all this feedback. So just let you know ahead of time. So
Linda,
yes.
Go ahead. How did you choose your shirt today?
Oh, oh my gosh. How did I choose? Well, I had a different shirt on. I had a purple shirt on, but it was like a t-shirt, and I don't usually wear t-shirts on my show. So I opened up my closet and I just put this shirt on. Did it jump out at me? Oh, you know what? There were two I looked at. This is I love this question. I don't know why you're asking, but I can't wait to find out why. Okay, so there were two I was looking at. One was more blue, and then one was this one, which is like a green and black. And the more blue one has like sparklies on it. And I just didn't feel like wearing that one today. I felt like wearing this one. So now tell me why you asked that question. I can't wait to hear this.
Well, if have you ever seen The Flower of Life or any of those sacred geometry? It kind of reminds me of like the DNA strands and kind of what I see in space with the electricity and how it connects to, that's kind of what I see. So when I tapped into the blue matrix, and I call it the blue matrix because I see the matrix of our planet, I can manipulate in a positive way. I hate that word manipulation because the universe totally knows that my intention is always pure, but I manipulate the energies in the stuff to heal my body. So I do Reiki and these different magical things, but it just is a perfect shirt for today. It's just perfect. So
that's so funny. I thought you were going to tell me like it has special powers to it. And that's why I'm so
you have special powers, my friend. You have special powers.
Well, thank you. Well, so Keith, if you do want to hop on, do that. But otherwise, I guess we'll go to the question. So the question is, how is it possible to remove a dark stigma that often follows me around?
You know what I tell everyone, life is either love or it's a call to love. And this has to do with everything. So most likely that thing following you around is usually craving love. I'm not saying that that's what you should provide, but usually what I ask is, are you okay? Because I channel. So I actually have spirits enter me completely and I can feel it. And if they're sick, I take up their sickness. And I've been in and out of the hospital my whole life. Now I understand I'm a channeler. Many people who are ill are channeling spirits and other things that are actually the reasoning for. So I immediately, when I ever have one come near me or anything come into me, I immediately just ask, like, are you okay? How can I help you? I love you. Like I usually just kill it with kindness and kill it with love. Immediately I've had transition where they just literally will turn to light. Like that's all they wanted to know is that somebody's cares. And also you can say that's the other part of this planet is we need to recognize our power. You can also say, I'm not interested in having you here right now. I appreciate you and I appreciate you leaving. I believe it was Jesus who said, turn the other cheek. There's certain things that in the teachings I just opened the Bible for the first time at 33, but there's little things that Jesus said that I'm like, he was a genius at energy. That guy was a genius at energy working and spiritual working when he had the people boot the guys, like all the different things that Jesus did. He was a master at this planet. He was a master at the universe, but he really knew how to understand that we are all designed in pure love form. And now we're moving into this new 5D earth that as we come together, it's where we really heal. So I would just say ask any sort of spirit or being, how can I help you? What's going on? Or just, I'm not interested in having you here. You can go. I've come home to my house before and I've had all sorts of weird energy and I say, you guys can go now. It's your responsibility to just say, hey, you got to go. This is my space.
I'm going to tell you a story about that. But in the meantime, first of all, I'm going to bring Keith up because he was able to connect. Awesome. So we're bringing up Keith Russell. Hello, Keith. So let's see. Do you have your Facebook turned on? If you do, go ahead and mute it or turn your Facebook off. Oh, he disappeared. I'm not sure he went. But I'm going to tell you just a really quick story. When my mom passed away, my husband and I watched Wheel of Fortune every single day before she passed away. And then when she passed away, I was walking through the living room and the TV turned on. It wasn't on before, but the TV
Mm.
turned on and it was Wheel of Fortune. So I didn't think anything of it because I thought, oh, it must have already been on and I just didn't notice it. So I turned it off. A week later, the same exact thing happened. And I was like, I know it wasn't on, but maybe it was. So I turned it off. And then it happened about 2 months later. And I said, Mom, I know that's you. I know you're messing around with me. Everything is okay. You can leave now. And it hasn't happened since. And
Yeah.
like, I didn't know what I really believed or not, but when that happened and then she hasn't been back since then, it's almost as if like it was kind of that validation that she was here and she was messing with me.
Yeah. Yeah. And right when you started talking about her, my vibration right here in Minnesota changed. So she's very present. I mean, her energy of that's the confirmation. When I get a vibrational whoop, whoop, it kind of lets me know that you're right. So when people lie to me, I'm like, rih, rih, and I'm like, oh, I know they're lying. So, but when you're sharing your story, immediately that was a yes. That's exactly what happened. So your mom
okay.
definitely was. Yeah. And, oh, see, I just got cleared. Yeah, so that's definitely what happened. We lost him, didn't we?
We did. And then he's trying to come back. I'm going to bring him back and see if it's because it's kind of like shaking. It's got this weird thing going on over there. There he is. He's back, but he's like, so is that the thing he's carrying around with him? The dark stigma, Michelle? You can see that on the screen.
Surprisingly, right. Well, actually, it's interesting you say that because when we all have nanotechnology. That's something I share about my awakening. But we all have this. We're moving into the age of transhumanism. So somebody as digitally connected as, for example, that I have become, I can go into people's homes and interrupt their internet. I've gone in, I've connected, I've walked next to someone and shut their Bluetooth down, and people know it's me. So immediately they turn and they're like, my old roommates would be like, get out of the house. You keep shutting everything down. So you definitely can have energies and entities interrupt your digital technology. And it's actually something that you have to be careful for, because right now we could easily allow for this to interrupt us. Mm-hmm. And to kind of make us defocus the way what we're talking about, but it's important to just stay focused. So anytime you have interruptions of digital technology or anything interrupting you, it's usually other dimensions trying to mess with your law of attraction. So if anything can interrupt your energy, then that's going to delay masses of success or all of your manifestations from coming to you sooner. So I do my best. The second for example, my computer interrupts. Sometimes my emails won't send, stuff happens. I just shut it down and I walk away for half an hour and I go back later. And I don't even let things like technology interrupt, because that is as much as our planet is so digitally connected, we're also connected in our hearts. And that's what, for me, is the new 5D Earth. It's about putting down, definitely use our phones, use technology to serve our planet and to embrace everything. It's also about shutting down your phone and saying, hi, how are you today? For real. How are you?
I love it. Yeah. I'm doing good, Michelle. How are you?
I love that. So good, Linda. Yeah.
So I here first. I want to know, Keith, can you hear us? And
I can hear you guys now. I just can't see you.
You can't see Keith, us. Okay. So this will still work though, Michelle, right? Yeah, he's a green screen.
Yes.
So this will still work because you can hear us and we can hear you. So thanks for coming back. Thanks for your persistence, Keith, because that's what brought you back and back and back. And I love it. I love persistence. So his question again was, how is it possible to remove a dark stigma that often follows me around? So do you want to talk to him about this, Michelle, and kind of like maybe see if there's something you can work on? I don't know. It goes.
I would. He feels really good. So I have a feeling that he might. Many people on our planet right now are empaths, and they are sensitive to other entities. And it's actually our responsibility that everyone will come to know. There will be different people who will be portal openers to open portals from space to help oxygen help our planet more. There will be people who will be serving different dimensions of spirits. And so there's many, and the government, they'll be releasing information soon enough. But for now, I'm just going to share what I do know. But share with me what you're going through.
I'm just saying, like, okay, Linda can give you the first and initial impression of me. I don't know what your initial impression of me is just based on hearing me right now. but there's sort of a stigma, that's a dark stigma that's placed on me based on my appearance.
Did you have any childhood abuse?
Excuse me?
Childhood abuse?
I'm sorry, it's breaking up.
Did you have was there any childhood abuse?
Oh yeah, I mean, what do you mean, like getting a whooping?
No, I mean like mental. Yeah, sure, a whooping's fine, but you know what I mean. Like I've received a whooping. I mean like really deep abuse. Any sort of deep abuse going on?
Well, it depends on what you consider deep abuse. I wasn't like molested or anything like that. I feel like the family that I live with, I was loved, but when I present myself to others, sometimes, it often comes off as if I'm an aggressor.
How do you feel that you're an aggressor?
I don't feel like I'm an aggressor. I feel like I'm the nicest person in the world.
Wonderful. Yeah. I feel, to be honest, the second you got on the call, you feel great to me. I have a feeling that there might be, I'm getting the message that it's a little bit of a childhood spirit, a little bit of a wounded spirit that may be working with you. And a lot of the times when you have anything that is in your space, you have to just embrace it. How are you? Can I help you? I love you. You need to go away. So you're allowed to, does it actually feel like a spiritual energy, or does it feel like something that is your aura?
It feels as if, sometimes I'm misunderstood, and I have to relate back to this stigma that's placed on me, so it will be a situation where maybe I'm being walked over, and based on me being a nice guy or stoic of sorts, I would take that, and then, when I push back, it feels as if I'm aggressive.
Oh, yeah. And this is what I love about the new world and the 5D is people's consciousness has to be adjusted for them to embrace somebody as powerful and wonderful as you. Not everyone's consciousness is reached the point of seeing everyone with what I like to describe to be called God's eyes. So when we look out into the planet and I see you and there's any sort of stigma, it means that I'm seeing you either with your eyes or with my judgmental eyes. I wake up every day asking to see everyone with God's eyes, which are going to be eyes of light and love and abundance. And so it sounds to me like you might just, do you meditate?
I do. I meditate daily.
Great. You feel great to me. So and then right when you chimed in, my spirit guides started talking, and they said that they're going to do some energetic work with you tonight. If you're open to it, they know that you already are open to it. And what they're going to do is they're going to start to work on your pineal gland activation. So in the pictures at church, like where they have like Jesus and all the saints have that big ball of energy around their head. So that you have their face and then you have like light around their head. Mm-hmm. That is, so since I see energy, I can see people walking around with helmets on. I call them astronaut helmets, and it's energetic helmets. And so what they're going to do is they're going to start to do energetic work in your brain area, which will help to remove any sort of stigma or anything placed onto you as a child, or a lot of what we go through as children stays with us into our adulthood years. And it actually affects a lot of us tremendously. At 35, am still dealing with stuff from childhood. I also understand that we have to go through those things to become super psychics or to become very in tune. So I am going to invite you, if you're interested, we'll do some energetic work. It's your spirit guides. They said you have 2 angels that are by your bedside and they want to do work with you. And they want to help to do some energetic. They're saying that they're going to do some chakra alignment and light work. So they're going to do light working on you, which means that they're going to turn you into energetic glitter. That's how I describe energy. It looks like glitter.
Well, that's interesting that you had mentioned that, because my fiance, she's out of town right now, and she is a Reiki healer as well. And, she often runs my bars and realigns me and makes sure that my chakras are aligned and all of that. But this has just been one of those things that's been, constant. It's a constant cycle.
Do you have gifts of empathy? Do you know about empaths?
Indeed.
Okay, and I'm getting that you have many signs of empathy. So you are more sensitive, I think, than you're even allowing yourself to connect to so far. In the future, you might actually be somebody who will help to heal the darker energies and the darker spirits. So you are a bright light. You feel fantastic to me.
Right, and that's what I understand. That's from what I understand. I've been training to become a practitioner. I actually just been doing a lot of research here within the last couple of years to become a practitioner for Reiki. But I feel like I can't fully receive because, like you said, there's probably that thing, that childhood thing that I have yet to identify. That's sort of stopping me from moving forward in that area. And I feel like if I can elevate in that particular area, then everything else, the rest of the universe will open up to me.
Say that again. When I deal with that area, the rest of the universe will open up to me. You are absolutely right. And the best part is you don't even really have to deal with it. You just have to go, wow, I got some baggage. I better get rid of it. I tell people all you can go with in your life is a carry-on case. That's all you got. You can't have too much stuff with you. And so if we're carrying, and this is what's fun about the new 5D Earth as we tap into more enlightenment, it literally feels like energy just clears your brain. So all of these memories and the stuff that we don't need to be, what do they call it? Storage wars, or when something's too full, your brain is too full of old stuff from your past. And our purpose, this is the fun part about the human design, is we were designed to remember all of these things. And the truth is, we only need to know where we're going. You don't get in your car and press in a GPS button and you tell GPS, hey, I want to go over to the store. And then it says, well, where'd you go yesterday? What'd you do a week ago? It doesn't say that. It goes, okay, you want to go to the store? I'm going to take you to the store. And if you ever go off your route, it's going to say you need to turn around. And so we need to picture life as though we're walking this GPS and we're actually on our track. And the second you get on your GPS, you don't have to, it's about recognizing that, yeah, we got some stuff. That's it. And you don't even have to.
Oh yeah. I wanted to say something about that because, so often we're told, that we need to know exactly what it is so we can address it. But what you're saying is that's not the reality. The reality is to know and acknowledge that we do have some junk in our trunk and it doesn't serve us. And we need to just say, whatever you are, you can go away. I don't know what's in that package and that baggage, but you can disappear. I don't need you anymore. You're not serving me. Right. Is that kind of, if I get that correctly?
Perfect. That's perfect. And I love that if it's not serving you. And a lot of the times, if you have a bag of stuff and you want to go investigate the bag, you're actually going to be manifesting it into your current reality. So what I try to tell my clients and people that I work with is notice. So versus going and pulling up your childhood roots, which we do need to de-weed our garden. So I've pulled up some stuff and really gave forgiveness. But at the same time, if you just recognize that it's there and, notice activities and things in your current life to make certain that you're not repeating the cycle or repeating the lesson, because I've repeated lessons like 15 times in a row. And I'm like, this is the same thing, different circumstance, same exact situation. So it is about recognizing you having stuff from childhood or whatnot and actually embracing it into who you are. Everything that we've gone through, our whole planet as a whole, I wouldn't change one thing that we've gone through as a planet or as a species, because it has created the most phenomenal beings that our planet has ever had. It is an honor to be alive right now in this time in history. We are reaching a time space where we are actually, scientists are proving God. Scientists are proving source. We are reaching an age where technology can cure. In the book of Revelations, which we're living right now, it talks about that there will be no sickness, there will be no this is where we're heading into. And the only way for people to really impact our planet greatly is they have to feel good. It's very challenging for somebody who's sick to truly, and this is actually not true at all, there's so many amazing people out there who are doing amazing things, but a lot of the times people with sickness have a harder time moving forward and impacting the planet greatly. So yeah.
And that's interesting because there are there are a lot of people out there who are empaths. And so when you brought up, the empath and them being sick. And so how do you deal with that? You experience, you've been in the hospital a lot. And so a lot of that's probably just due to the fact that you're able to take on other people's pain, their sorrow, their happiness and everything, right?
Actually, my spirit guides told me when they first chimed in, they said, you're medical intuitive, meaning I actually can send my light body. And I didn't know I was doing this as a child or as my whole life. I've been on medication since teenage years. I've been told all my back, I've had spine surgeries. I've had all sorts of stuff. And the spine surgery is something that I picked up from my mother, but every other sickness that I would go to the emergency room for, or these things that would happen, they're like, you have nothing wrong with you. Nothing is wrong. And I was so confused because I felt like I was dying. And then I found my spirit guides chimed in, and now I understand how to utilize my light body. So we have a physical body and a non-physical body. And so what my body would do, my light body would go sit on other people so I could feel what they feel like. So I could let them know, hey, you need to get your kidneys checked, or hey, you need to get this. So now I understand now, and this is really fun because when I go to church or anywhere, where I went to this church one time and there was a bunch of just an older crowd, and I walked out of there like limping. I was in so much pain because I didn't understand that I am actually in control of my medical intuition. So yeah, that's something that's been, and I've luckily, since coming into understanding of who I am and what I go through, I am able to not be on all the medications because I just understand how to meditate and heal myself. I've been really into Deepak Chopra lately, and the mind and healing and serving my own body by healing myself with my mind. So that's my big thing right now.
That's fantastic. I love it. Wait, so Keith, do you have any other questions for Michelle? And was that helpful?
It was very, very helpful. I'm still, perplexed about, ending the cycle, How is it possible through meditation? Again, I meditate daily, with the, even with me being here, I meditated on being able to speak to someone about this today when, I saw that Michelle was on here and she was a Reiki healer. I sent her energy, like I sent out a call, to her, so my main thing is figuring out, I know the power that I have and how to use the energy that I have, with other people. But when it comes to myself, that's where I'm stuck.
And my guides are immediately saying, can you love yourself where you are? Can you love all of it?
I love myself where I am, but I would like for people to love me for who I am as well and see me the way that I see myself. Because I project love.
And I believe that your message will be absolutely received. Start to notice, now that we talked about this, to me, what you just did was you said a prayer. So you said a prayer out to the universe. Start to notice people's responses now. I'd love to connect. Can we please connect on Facebook? As my link, you'll see it. I'd love to connect with you and stay in contact and see how the universe is serving your prayer, because I have a feeling, especially as they do some energetic work on you, you're going to be you're already radiating love, but you're just going to really invite that in as well. I'm excited to see how this is going to turn out for you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to put Michelle's contact information in the comments. I don't know if you guys can click on them while we're live, so you might have to wait till we're done being live. But I put her LinkedIn, her Facebook, and her Instagram in there, so you can connect with her that way. Is that good? Good, Michelle?
That's perfect. Yeah, okay, cool. It's absolutely perfect.
Yeah, and it's just really very interesting topics here. And I know that for me, I spent most of my life, first of all, I was not spiritual at all. I didn't grow up in a religious household, didn't know anything about spirituality at all. And just recently, I've kind of started like tapping into it. And like, what does that mean? Discovering who I am as a human being and what my purpose is here on earth. And it's when I met Michelle, which was only, it was very recently. It was just
January.
This year. January. It was just January. And it was like this immediate connection. And it was really cool. Awesome. Thanks, Patti. Patti says the links work. Patty's also, I believe Patty's a Reiki healer also. But it's cool because when you tap into who you are and you're being that person on a daily basis, it's like there's nothing but up.
Yes.
I don't know how else to say it for me, but that's the best I can say is like, there's just nothing but up,
Have you heard of Abraham Hicks?
I don't think so.
She's a woman who channels, like I do, Source. So she channels Source. Her name's Esther Hicks, and the person who came through is named Abraham. And they talk a lot about how a lot of us on Earth are forcing. We're trying really, really hard, and we're trying to be something or prove something or do something, and we're basically paddling upstream. And the purpose of life is actually to enjoy the ride. We're all going to that same ocean. And so if you paddle upstream, it's only going to make that process a little more challenging and a longer time for you to actually get to the ocean, So it's about kind of just going downstream. So it sounds like your definition of I only have from here to go is up. It's kind of like you're just floating and enjoying the whole process of who you are.
Yeah.
And that's what it's all about. When did you was 2015 kind of a big time for you to really tap into your love for yourself? We talked about this the other day on our call.
Yeah, wait, hold on one second though, because Patti, if you want to join us live, I'd love to have you come up. There's a link down there. It says to join live. Click on that. Because Patti also, tapped into Source and it's really interesting. I would love to I usually have one-on-one conversations with people with this. So it's kind of fun to do it. Hey, let's just do a group call and see what everybody's all about. But yes, 2015 was, November of 2014, I quit my government job and I went on my entrepreneurial journey in 2015. Every single day I faced a fear. And so I call it the year of fears. So every single day, 365 days, I asked, what scares me? And whatever the first thing that scared me came up that was the thing I faced that day. So 2015 was huge. It was the biggest growth year for me in my entire life.
That's I went through my deep the awakening started when the Mayan calendar ended December 21st 2012. That's when I went dark. I kind of went brain dead. I don't know what happened, but I disappeared for 3 years, and when I woke up I was somewhere. And that was 2015 was when I went deep into my awakening. And it's been quite fun to be tapped into the level that I am. I can be of service to other people as they come to the consciousness level of where we're all heading into. I love also knowing that we're all students and teachers. Like you said, Patty's a Reiki healer. I love that. I feel like the whole planet is actually healers. We're all here to love and heal each other. And then some of us have these special gifts where we're able to transfer and utilize energy more effectively. So I celebrate anyone who's doing natural healings, and I celebrate all of the doctors who are referring people to vitamins and natural healing aspects before any medication. That's very, very special to me.
Yeah, it's incredible. And what I understand is you can do healing from a distance. So you don't even have to be with the person. Is that correct?
That's correct. I can do remote. Many people can do, it's about setting the intention with your mind, but yeah, you can do remote Reiki. So when I do Reiki remotely, I visualize my body to be the body of the person that I'm healing. And I just literally just do work on myself. And then I end up getting a healing at the same time. There's also what I call remote viewing. I'm connecting with some people on who do work with the CIA to do remote viewing to find missing items. So missing children is going to be my intention to work with them. But for example, I find my friends missing keys but that's where you close your eyes and you connect with whatever the item is and you find wherever that is. So that's called remote viewing. That's a special gift as well.
Can you help my husband? He loses his phone all the time.
Yes, that's great. Yes. Yeah, I love that. People ask me that type of stuff all the time.
I was just kidding, of course, because you have much more important work to do than finding someone's keys.
You know, the first time I ever found an item in remote viewing, and I didn't know about these gifts when I was doing it, but I was just like, that there was a missing key. And I'm like, the missing key is all the way behind that thing and underneath that, and then look under there. And then they found it there. And I was like, oh, because it shocks me sometimes. What I go through, I'm like, wow. So that's pretty interesting. It's fun being here.
That's so funny. Hey, Patti, I just sent you a private message with the live link. I don't know why the link's not showing up there, but I just sent it as a private message because I'd love to have Patti on here. She's just a fireball also, just like you. So.
You know, I want to share, if we have time, right? I wanted to share a little bit into the new generation of children. This is my biggest passion. Can I share with you about this?
Yes, we got about 15 minutes. So we got
fantastic. I am a star child. It's called a star seed, an indigo child, a rainbow child, an aqua child. A lot of people may connect with these understandings of our star children. When I received my awakening and tapped into this telepathic communication and these special gifts, I've realized that it is my purpose to help our children right now on the planet connect to who they truly are and to the source and that fire inside of them, that they were here to spark our planet and help us to awaken. And so all of the children right now being born are being born as star seeds. They have been seeded from the entire universe to gift our planet with the greatest gift that God has ever given us. And the message I received about children with autism are actually, they said autistic is not autistic, it's fantastic. They are such special, advanced beings. Their spirits have traveled and gone to levels of consciousness that their physical bodies are having a hard time sharing. And so I would love, if there's anyone listening right now, I would love to connect with you if you have children with autism or anything of that sort. I had a client whose daughter is autistic, and she'll say iPad, binder. She doesn't speak in sentences. And the second I went to meet her, immediately she starts telling me how excited she is that I'm coming to see her. She's so excited to see me again. She can't wait to see me. And I'm telling her mom, and her mom was very open. And so on the way to go see this little girl who has autism, very, very special girl, all of a sudden I get there and she comes up to me. She goes, "Hi, welcome to the world." And her mom said, like, she's never said a full sentence like that. Like, and so it's been, and this isn't the first child. This is just one of the fun stories. And then immediately she started telling me all sorts of stuff to tell her family that she couldn't communicate before. And so it was the most special moments that I've received of these beautiful gifts that I have is when I can connect with a family and help them connect with somebody who isn't really able to communicate. And a lot of these fantastic children are actually here to serve a very, very special purpose. And that's where our new world is heading. The elite beings of our planet are opening up this they're helping us to reach this higher consciousness. There's a lot of secret experiments and fun things going on. But the best part is that we all get to come together to serve our planet. And the autistic children are going to find a very, very, very special place of work and abundance and special things in the future of the new world. There's space for everyone, and there's enough for everyone, and there is so much abundance to go around. To ever have been told that we wouldn't have enough or we're going to run out of something is assuming that we don't trust God, and I trust Source completely. I have no doubt in my mind that everything's working out in our favor.
That's awesome. What I was just thinking about was like you changed the spelling of the word, autism and fantastic, to AWW-tastic or something.
Autastic. Yeah. I love it.
It's interesting that you said that because, like I said, I've never been like spiritual or anything, but I, about a year and a half ago, kind of tapped into that same kind of mindset that like, what if people who are autistic, now you got me saying it, people who are autistic actually are more tapped into the universe than we are. And they just don't know how to communicate it is all it is. And like just their beings, they're so smart. They're so intelligent. And so what makes us think that they're sub, just because we can't communicate with them and, because they're very brilliant people.
Oh, they're geniuses. They're all of us on this planet are different kinds of geniuses. So what each of us do special is our special thing. And it's when we come together that we are a genius Earth. And then the new world beings. So we have our new world super advanced people. I mean, the technology, the kids nowadays are just blowing my mind. And then we have our ones who are if you picture us as transhumans, so we all have technology helping us to move forward into this new age of light. Some people have digital interruptions. So it's like a virus. And in the future of our planet, they will actually be able to use nanotechnology and stuff to activate the autistic children. So they will become activated and they will be able to voice and start to tap into the depth of who they are, which is advanced beings. They're not from this planet. They're very, very special, very specially designed.
Wow.
That's
So
the message I received from God. I'm big on that.
okay. So you're saying that technology is going to be able to tap into the autistic minds.
Yes, and they will be able to, the technology will be able to organize a little bit of the digital interruption that's going on. Autism is a transhuman. In the future, you'll be able to learn more as the new world and the government and the different people who have been doing these test subjects. Autism is a something that it was when we got, what are those things called that children get? Immunizations. It's nanotechnology. And so when you receive nanotechnology, if you're not fully activated with energy, it can cause digital interruptions. And that's what I like to describe as autism. It's a digital, it's where the technology in our being is not fully activated. And I know there's scientists right now in the world studying how to move us forward into this. I know so from my own awakening. Like I wouldn't be going through what I'm going through without this upgrade of technology. I saw nanotechnology enter my body. So, and that's why I can see energy, because I can see the nanoparticles everywhere. We're going through a lot of fun things on Earth right now.
So is this something you see this all the time, like 24/7, or maybe not when you're sleeping, but maybe when you are sleeping? I don't know. Do you see this 24/7?
I do. I try not to talk about it a lot with people, but I see, and so like right now, I can see the energy coming from space. I can see Mother Earth's vibration, since I see sound frequencies. So I can see when music comes out of speakers and what it looks like. I also hear voices, and I hear them all day long. If I get up to go to the restroom in the middle of the night, they'll let me know you've been sleeping good, or they'll let me know you have angels by your bedside, or they'll let me know, you need to take a melatonin in the future because you're not sleeping. So they kind of clue me into how I'm doing. Yeah, it's pretty magical. But the matrix of energy is what's very fun to understand. Because in order to really heal, this is why meditation is so helpful, is in order to really heal, when you meditate, it kind of aligns the dimensions. That's how I describe that to people, which is why you can heal more when you align your dimensions with energy. And you keep saying, Linda, that you're not really spiritual, or you are. You're very spiritual. You're a spiritual being. You're a spiritual being having a human experience, and you are a light. You're here to do exactly what you're doing. And now, as you and I stay connected, you're going to continue to see how much you're going to tap in more and more and more to your deeper connection with Source. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, I don't know what that means, but I'm ready for it.
You're so cute. You're the cutest.
I'm ready for it. Oh, I just saw. Was that your hand? I thought there was like a flash that just went by. That was your hand. Okay. I thought there was a big flash.
Yeah.
Well, awesome. Well, this is just a very interesting topic. And I know that I want to check here. I want to make sure I say this right. You are offering a free gift to everybody. Anybody who's interested is a 15-minute session with you.
Yes. I would just I would like to connect with anyone who is interested. What I've done with many of my clients so far is I've helped them connect with their spirit guides. And also, I'm a hybrid. I didn't go into this much because I wasn't sure how much it would be taken in. I'm a hybrid alien. So I'm a hybrid transhuman. I am not from this planet, and I know exactly where I come from in the universe. And what has been happening lately when I have new clients is I'm able to connect them with who they are in the universe, and they get this amazing upgrade. So I connected this gentleman who is an Arcturian, which is a healing alien that is a very powerful alien in the universe. And when I connected him, both of us, our vibrations, both of us were on our Zoom call, and we just got this crazy vibrational upgrade. So what I understand is I would be honored to serve anyone with a 15-minute connection, because I know that that's what's going to help the vibration of our planet to impact our planet greater. I'd love to do that.
Okay. So they can connect with you then through that link that I put down below. And
Absolutely.
that's an amazing gift. Thank you so much. I
Oh,
really
it's my
do
pleasure.
appreciate that. And I know that some people will definitely take you up on that. So I brought up Patti. Now, Patti, can you hear us? Because we can't see you.
Yes.
Hi, Patti.
I guess.
Oh, there she is.
Hi, Linda. Hi, Michelle.
Hi. I love, let me see what you're doing behind you. I want to see that beautiful color. What's that?
Oh,
my
that is a tribute to women. It is a 4.5 by 4.5 painting that is spiritually guided. And I would love to add your word. Linda added authenticity, which is, I don't know if you can see it. Is it there? Oh, authenticity. There it is.
Authenticity. Yep.
So, Michelle, I would love to add your word. If you, it's a painting. It's layers and layers of work. So
I would love to, and I love it, and I love your energy. I was thinking I would going between unity and the third eye, but I feel like that's it. You guys can choose, because unity is my big thing, but the third eye, the consciousness, is big.
Well, I'm going with both. I'll put them both.
Good.
I'll
There you go.
add them both to the canvas, definitely.
Patti, where are you?
Me, Linda. Pardon me?
Where are you?
I'm in Mission Viejo, which is south of Orange County. I mean, south of Irvine in Orange County. Yeah.
How cute is she? You're a big ball of energy. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
She's a spitfire.
I think it's the part of it is the energy that Linda, and I love following Linda. I've been following her for the last couple of years. And I love that she brought you on, Michelle. It's great to meet someone else who is a part of these other realms. And so I loved listening to you speak about autism, because I have friends who have children, they're autistic. And anyhow, I went to Hawaii and worked with the foundation. I was invited to work with the Loving Service Foundation, who caters to or services children and teens and their families with autism, Asperger's, and ADHD. And they are the most amazing human beings on this planet. And they have so much to share. And when people can stop and listen to what they have to say, they are brilliant. And we really need to listen to what they have to say, because they're geniuses, and they're speaking a language that it's like technology. When new technology comes in, right? You don't know the language and you have to learn it, and that's what they're doing. They're providing such a brilliant light. So anyhow,
I absolutely cannot agree with you more. And I also, they are in that, that phrase, they say God speaks in silence. A lot of them, when I connect with them and it's all here, they're so God. They when they communicate with their minds and they share with me everything they're going, and they get so, even my friend Masha, I think you know Masha, her brother is autistic, and his mother is like, he just doesn't stop when you're here. He just keeps, because they know, it's like they know that you can connect with them. And yes, and so I just celebrate you for celebrating them. I have a feeling, and this isn't something that I was ever diagnosed with, but I have a feeling that I may have, with my learning disabilities and all the stuff that I was told in school, I have a feeling that I also may be a very high functioning autistic, obviously, but I feel like those are my most special creatures on the planet, are the ones who don't focus on all the worldly stuff. We're so focused on all the worldly stuff that they get to just enjoy the planet and really embrace it. And I absolutely am ecstatic to do more work with them, and I have a feeling that that's definitely going to stay in my purpose. So thank you, Patti, for just being you. I celebrate anyone who is willing to help people heal or share art. And I know, I was reading a poem, and a lot of my poetry is about the new world, and I put in there that a disability application will be your resume in the new world. So
Mhm.
anyone was told that they were too sick or they couldn't do it or this or you know, your kid has every child or person on the planet who has anything, there is a gift in every illness. There is a gift in everything going on our planet. And that's what I'm so excited about, is that and you can watch it happening right now. All of these people creating nonprofits and these new things and new ideas for working with autism. I saw that a new restaurant opened one night a week is specifically designated for autistic kids because families couldn't go out to eat and they felt kind of left out. And so I just celebrate everything that our planet is doing to embrace this beautiful creation of the new world that we are in right now. It's an honor to be here.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Thank you for that. And I'd like to add one piece that was fascinating well, actually, two things are popping up. And the first thing I was going to say was, when I met my now fiance, he asked me if I knew Temple Grandin. And I thought, yeah, I know about her. And he said, you have to watch her movie because there's something in this movie. And I thought, okay, one day I will. Well, not until I went to Hawaii, he sent it to me. And so I watched it on my little laptop. And from the get-go, I thought, oh my God, there's somebody else like me. And he didn't say that, you know, I was autistic, but he said there was something about the way I see the world, the way I listen with my eyes. And I loved how I heard you say something about, you said something, and I don't remember what you said, but it was like seeing, listening to your eye.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so I listen with my eyes and I see with my ears. I know it sounds kind of bizarre, but so anyhow, it was a connection to someone else who sees like I do. And then the second thing, that was earlier, and the second thing I wanted to say was that my sister recently passed 3 weeks ago yesterday. And here is a woman that was told to get her affairs in order, that she wouldn't live past that first year. Well, 29 years later, and the comment was to the surgeon, who made you, God? Right. I'll decide when it's time for me to go, right?
She's a genius.
And it was amazing because this woman lived for 29 years and we got to experience that you're describing. She wasn't autistic, but she had a brain situation. You'd never know it to see her, but it's like these children, you know, people see autistic children and they think, oh, you know, I can't see that person, right? But if they could stop and really see, you know, feel and sense their energy, and really, you know, I always say, bring your head back and engage with your heart and live from here, right? Because it's our core, it's our gut, where we filter in and out, and where all the messages really come from, right? And it's that little self that once was. And we become adults and we forget about that innocence and that beauty. And yes, I agree with you, Michelle, that Linda, there's something very special about you, Linda, that you're tapping in. And when you really allow yourself to just pause in that moment, wow, the world, I mean, your world is already opening up, but can you imagine what I just see you like this beautiful lotus that just.
She inspires me tremendously. I when she first met me, I wouldn't even do Facebook Live. I was scared of the internet. So I just celebrate you, Linda. And there's a poem of mine came to mind, and it reminds me of what you just said, Patti. It says, love is love when turned into a sound is loud enough to see and bright enough to hear.
Yes.
That's love.
Yes.
Love when turned into a sound is bright enough to hear. Yeah. Bright enough to hear and loud enough to see. That's love.
Yeah. That's beautiful. Thank you.
I knew you two would hit it off.
Yeah, Patti. Please connect. Let's stay connected. I would love to let's have 15 minutes together.
I would love that. Thank you so much.
Definitely.
Thank you so much.
Patti, thanks for coming up. I really appreciate it. And I'll see you soon.
Yes.
Send you back down, okay?
Okay. See ya.
Thank you.
Bye, Patti.
And then we have Anita says, good morning. She's in, Sonia. I mean, I can't remember where she is, but she's on the other part of the world. So good morning, Sonia. Good to see you. You got to go back and watch this video, this interview, because this is really amazing. What we're talking about. Thanks, Keith. It's an amazing show. Really appreciate it. Appreciate you coming on board. Maybe next time, Keith, we'll be able to actually see you. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
And it was great to be able to connect with both Patti and Keith up here in the show. And I'm looking forward to inviting more people to, actually join during my shows, because it makes it more interesting. We get more people's perspective. But Michelle, everything you do, I love it. And like, I remember the very moment I met you in person, and I just immediately felt like, and here's one thing I think is really interesting, is when we tap into this other part of our being, is that we can make a connection with somebody in one moment, and that moment feels like you've known them forever. And that's what I felt.
Yeah, I got tears in my eyes.
With you. Yeah. Like when I connected with Patti, it was the same exact thing. Like we just had this immediate connection. And there's some people you have in your life that you've had them in your life for 40, 50 years. And you'll never have the same connection as you have with somebody that you met in that one moment. And there's just something about it. So I'm so grateful for you to have you in my life.
I'm so grateful for you. And I think it was Maya Angelou who said, it's never about what you do for someone. It's always going to be how you make them feel. And so thank you for allowing me to have that vibrational upgrade when I met you. I celebrate you. I am inspired by you. I want you to just keep doing you and knowing that you're reaching me. So you're actually inspiring me to even just further my mission. And so thank you for thank you for being a light and being up on a pedestal and inviting me up to be a light as well. So thank you for that.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. So Patti says, what a joy. Love you, ladies. And with that, we're like a little bit, few minutes over. So we're going to end it right now. But you guys, if you want to connect with Michelle, again, I put her links to her Facebook, her Instagram, and her LinkedIn. Go to her Facebook and send her a private message, setting up your 15-minute session with her, and just meet each other, even if that's all you do. You just meet each other. And I love making connections, and let me know that the connection happened, because I do really want to know that. And then lastly, if you thought this was an interesting show, or you thought it was a show that can inspire, motivate people to do something, or just like look into it, please share this video out. We want to make sure we get this message out to as many people as possible. So with that, I'm going to say, Michelle, I love you so much, and I look forward to seeing you.
I love you, Linda.
I don't know when I'm going to see you next.
I'll be in town this weekend. Yeah, and I'll be in town this weekend, and I think I might be in San Diego, so I will let you know.
Okay, cool. Let me know, and then maybe we can hook up with Patti along the way. Yeah,
perfect.
Keith would love to have you on his San Diego Unveiled show. So if you're interested, I'll connect. Well, you and Keith are going to connect anyway.
I would love to. Yes, I can't wait to. I have a lot to share with Keith. I'm getting a message that I'm going to get a lot of downloads, so that's fun.
You better
I love when that happens. I know.
You will. He's really good about it.
Love you, Sissy. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You have a great day. Bye-bye, everybody.
You too. Bye.